Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video is all about why I think UK's two shows on coronation street soap opera and the East End of soap operas beats any American show, any in history of the US shows. Like for instance, for like storylines, I'm going really in depth of the storylines and the stories. You guys know from previous videos how much I don't like shows going in depth and long storylines. However, the UK soaps really do a good job about doing that, and I will explain why. And I don't ever see any issue covered like they have in New England. And they also have storylines in our shows like Law and Order and a few other shows that does dive into storylines like this, but not in depth like the UK's two soaps I mentioned. They really do go in depth and dive into all the aspects of the whole storyline. Like United States shows, like NCIS shows, storylines, they only like talk about dating or relationships and how they want people to be together and how long it takes to get these two together, and they really don't explain why it took so long and why it was so difficult to get them together and why it took a whole season to get somebody to ask to be engaged to somebody else. Why did it take a year? Only because the other person was injured and disabled, and they wanted to wait for the right time. That's ridiculous. Like I said, does not take a full season to do it. And the same show, they had one of the agents look for his father and all this stuff going on. He thought his father was dead. He found his father, and then he found him again, got lost again, found out he had a long lost sister. Took forever to develop into a storyline, like 3 or 4 seasons for one storyline, with nothing substantial to carry the storyline. And also, and Law and Order, they do have the seriousness of the crimes and stuff, but they do not go in depth like the UK soaps does. And the US soap operas, you know how I feel about them soap operas. And like I told another person in the video on EastEnders, how US soaps are nothing like the UK soaps. The US soaps have no morals, nothing to sustain them for fans to stay with them. This is why I switched from UK soap operas, US soap operas to UK. UK has morals in this show, and they have realistic issues, realistic storylines, and like today's US soaps, even though General Hospital does have a drug war and quarantine way even before our real life quarantine happened, but still, they don't have any long lasting sticking power to it because they have unrealistic writers who think people watch it. And like I said, the morals really suck and these soaps because way they treat the women and the men and the women in real lives want to be treated right? Why don't they want to be written in the right way, like in soaps, instead of being portrayed as divas and women who are tramps? But anyway, UK soaps, the Coronation Soap Street, and EastEnders, like I said, they have morals and they have sticking power because they have storylines that they dive into the storyline. They dive into people's reactions and how they feel and the aftermath of these stories. It's like they have waves that they even tell the whole story about how people reacted about these rapes, and no one can disbelieve them. They actually went along with them. They actually believe them. Right now in EastEnders, we'll find out why Mac stuck with Linda after her rape and his brother. We just found out he was sexually abused and raped when he was a kid. Now it's her turn standing by him. And even his mother just beat him up, the abuser, up today's episode. Okay, good for her. And there is a mother who cares about her son enough to defend him and beat this woman up. Can't wait to see Wednesday's story because this is gonna be a fun one. But anyway, that really does go into real depth and real deep down and diving into the issues, diving into the storylines. I know in the previous video, part 2 of my US soaps, how I said US soaps will always win because they show the fights, the attacks, and everything else. However, UK wins because they go on with the storylines. They carry through the aftermath and dig into deeper of the storyline, unlike the US soaps where they want revenge or things to do on their own instead of relying on people they love and trust and the justice system. You know, I don't think Mick is going to go to the couch. He might have to now after his mother beat his abuser up. And then the other video I talked about Shauna and David, who Shauna had amnesia. Looks like they're gonna stick together because he stuck by her, helped her get through it, and they got remarried. So at least, like I said, people are sticking together, relying on each other, forgiving each other. Unlike US soaps, they just trash families, they trash relationships, they trash the conservative values and moral values of what real Christian religious social conservatism is, and which I find really sad in today's world. We don't have any anymore, except the UK soaps.